got some work to do on the Traverse. This is going to be fun and interesting. I already got some stuff apart, got some panels out. We're working on the interior, and GM leaves you absolutely no room for anything. I made a purchase without my wife, and yeah, I got to modify the Traverse to be able to handle this purchase. So see if you can guess what it is, because I'm pretty sure you'll be able to get the broad spectrum of things pretty quickly. All right, here's my mess. We gotta get this in the vehicle. This is a brake controller. So I'm dealing with a 2015 Chevy Traverse here, and GM, their infinite wisdom, so I can put the brake controller, because this does come with the tow package, or it did come with the tow package. Had it taped to this wiring harness over here. Tape's still on there, but whoops, sorry, my flashlight's in the way. But yeah, this isn't the white wiring harness that we're going to be using. I'm going to splice in another one, but you can see they gave me 0 extra wires here to really work with. Well, now that you figured out the cat's out of the bag, I bought a trailer. I'm going to give you a few hints at the end of the trailer that I bought and see if you can guess. I'll do a video when I actually take delivery on it. It's not going to be that long before I have to, or before I will be taking delivery end of this week. That's why I'm getting the brake controller in. All right, in case you're wondering about the wiring, there's a red, white, blue, black, and gray wire. I looked it up. The red wire, the blue wire, the black wire all correspond to what's on my wiring harness. The gray wire is actually for just lighting, I guess. So that doesn't do much of anything. Pull up my diagram here. So the blue is the brake, the white is the ground, the red is the stoplight, and the black is the battery source. In case you were wondering, and that corresponds with the truck as well. The gray is, like I said, it's like for auxiliary lighting of some sort, probably dashboard lighting or something. So what I'm going to do is just cut this out of the wiring harness, and we'll go ahead and get something else in there. This is really hard to get video of. Dustbuster to the rescue. If you saw how messy my floor is, yeah, I actually cleaned it before I started the video. So we got to get into this tight spot here and snip some wires. That e-brake doesn't really want to go down, does it? Here it goes. Success. So that's garbage. Buy a Chevy, they said. It'd be great, they said. It's the best, they said. All you Chevy fanboys, I should be careful on one of them. Oh. Like every car manufacturer, if there's a way that they could figure out how you could break something or make something difficult, they will. So I'm going to figure out how to get this tape off. I probably should go grab a knife or razor blade or something, just cut it off. I'll be right back. Safety first. Okay, so really I just like opening this knife. That's why I gotta close it every time. So I went with these fancy little things here originally, I can get them in the camera here, that are supposed to like solder the wires together by heating them up. That didn't work. Then I went with butt connectors. I can't get my freaking tool up there. So we're gonna do it the old-fashioned and the worst possible way ever. Twisting the wires together and heat shrinking them together and hope they hold. Should be okay. So the reason why I wanted to do this was to put this plug on it, because, well, this plug plugs right into here. And when you see what I do to mount it, because I know my wife's going to complain about it at some point in time, you'll see why I also want to plug on this. But connected. No power. Looks like GM wins this round. I'm not done though. So I plugged in the controller, no power. Checked all my wiring, went to the fuse box, had a blown fuse. All the wiring's good. I took the blown fuse out, replaced it with one that was good, plugged it in, no power. So, put that fuse back where it was. I'm going to go buy some new fuses tomorrow. And I went on to Amazon. They're supposed to overnight a new brake controller. That's what that thing's called. To me. While I was on there, I noticed, oh look, you can get a plug-in wiring harness for that. Problem was, when I did the YouTube search and how to do this, I did a 2018, and they didn't put the plug on it. And, yeah, it was located in a completely different location, too. Anyhow, and I'm under a wire, so I just snip, and twist, and shrink. So, this round is won by the Traverse. Tomorrow I should get a new brake controller. I don't know if this Reese Pilot, I bought it 2 years ago, have never used it. Was going to put it in my Envoy, and it turned out that the trailer that I was going to borrow that had the brakes on it didn't end up having to borrow it. Got this for like 20 bucks on Amazon 2 years ago, and that was cheap, really dirt cheap then. So that might be why it was so dirt cheap, because, well, they're junk. But if you know anything about the Reese Pilot brake controllers, if they're garbage, let me know. Or if they're not, let me know. But for whatever reason, I think this might be the culprit. I got a new one coming tomorrow. We can find out after I get some new fuses. I'm supposed to overnight it. Anyways, it's like Wednesday, and I got to pick this trailer up on Friday. So I'm again, what fun is it unless I'm under the wire and everything goes wrong? Anyways, hopefully I can get this figured out. New update. So I spent the day with the electrical meter, just measuring everything, and I'm getting out of the plug 11.7 volts, which is pretty much right on par with what I want. But for whatever reason, it doesn't want to power on. I did take some, let me show you what I got here. I made these back in an automotive class. Never really used them at all. But some lead wires here. This one's fused. Hooked them up, you know, white wire to the black battery terminal. Black wire to the red battery terminal. And the thing lit up like it was supposed to. So the controller's working. Only thing that I figure is the problem is there's no trailer hooked up to the vehicle, and that's why it's not going on. So I'm going to try to see if I can locate a trailer that I can borrow, that I can drive out to, and just say, hey, can I plug this in, see if it works? So worst case scenario, when I take delivery of the trailer, I'm going to have to put it on the truck. Not exactly excited about that because of certain issues with the truck, right now, but if I got to do it, I got to do it. So we'll see what happens. Okay, so I guess with this brake controller, I'm just going to have to leave you hanging because I went out today, went to a farmer friends of mine and tried on 2 different trailers, and neither one of them made it activated anything. So basically what I got to do is chase wires, do some continuity tests. Sorry, it's kind of cold out. But I did promise you one thing, which was a bigger hint on what kind of trailer I got. So the idea is this is supposed to be its primary tow vehicle. That's your hint. I'm not going to be using the massive truck that was built up to basically tow. So when my dad purchased that, he purchased it to tow with it, and got the towing package and put in the air assists and all of that for it to tow. So that thing's really set up to tow. So why wouldn't I use the truck? Well, it has to deal with the type of trailer it is. Anyways, hopefully next video you'll know a lot. You'll be able to figure everything else out. So on that, I'll see you next time.